Alright, so welcome back to some more Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game. We are back with more Does Your Track Suck? This is a series, like I always say, that is totally based on you. So if you want more, make sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments what your tracks are and stuff like that and what kind of formatting you want. I think I'm going to go back to 2 of your guys' suggestions and then one random track for this video at least. And the first one I want to start off with is a track that I had to go back to that last video. He said he had suggested it like 7 times. So I'm sorry, man. I'm not ignoring you. I just might not have seen it. So I'll try my best to get to as many as I can. I can't get to all of them, but I'll try to get to as many as I can. So that's what we're going to start off with, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so here we have the first track called Spitfire. This is the track that they supposedly had mentioned on 7 different videos of Does Your Track Suck, and I had never seen it before, so throwing the whip right off the gate, I felt kind of bad, and this is the first time that I had seen that comment, so we are going to start with your track. And I've rode some laps here already, so it's not entirely fair. I already kind of know what's coming, but the track is good. It has... you know what, it has its own original section. Well, I don't know if it has necessarily originality to it, but it has some tricky sections. It has some sections where you need throttle control. It has a little bit of line choice. Like, here we go. We're going to hit this big double here. And then what I've been doing is letting off quite a bit here for this little triple. And then you can jump onto this table, onto the dragon's back, and then off. So that's what I've been doing. I'm pretty sure you could quad onto that table. I haven't been able to do it yet. I haven't tried very hard. But this section right here, that I'm sure this is a triple. I'm sure he wants you to triple that. But with the way he has those big whoops there and the way I have my bike set up, I don't think I'm ever getting that this video. I'm like 100% sure I'm not going to be getting it. Now this one's a little bit tougher. I let off too much. You want to triple that and then this. So it's really easy if you don't slow down a little bit to almost quad that section. And this section works really well. Now I do let off here a bit. And then I like how he kind of puts these right here. He has a bunch of them on the track, kind of making you go about your corners different. I really like that step-up double right there. I know it's such a small thing, but for some reason I really like having that there. I don't see any way of quadding that. I just don't. I think that's supposed to be a triple with a wall, but I could be wrong. Let me know. If you're watching, the creator, if you're watching, let me know how you go about this track. I think the best lap time I've turned was a 141 or a 142 maybe. I don't remember. So, not great. I kind of like this section too. That little double there into these offset whoops. I kind of like that too. I don't really know if I had to pick my favorite section. I mean, these corners here, I don't mind them. I suppose it was a way of just kind of adding to the track, adding to the lap time. It's not bad, but I don't feel like it was necessary. But I mean, I'm not going to complain about his setup. I think the layout's pretty good. This is really easy to overjump, but man, we've kind of mastered that. I've already done like 3 or 4 laps on the track total between the ones that we're doing now and the ones that I did prior to doing the video, so we kind of got that down. It bothers me. I can't get this. I just can't. That's probably about as close as I've gotten. Maybe you need the low gear ratio transmission, maybe, just to give you that little bit more coming out of that. Of course, I don't think that's the problem. I think that what's throwing me off there is the, oh, we got this. See, oh, we overjumped it a little bit. See, that's kind of a tough section. I mean, to hit it perfect, that is kind of a tough section. So I really do appreciate that. People complain he doesn't throw scrubs in this game. Because I really don't feel like it's for show, you know. I don't really care, and I don't really throw a lot of whips in my videos anyways. It's not like I'm a whip king, whip master, you know. I just don't really care. And this, we might, okay, we're gonna do one more lap. We might try to quad that, but I don't see how with how much you would have to step up for that final wall. Whoa. I just don't see it happening. Here's another one for you whip kings out there that go crazy that I don't throw any. That is just for you. Oh, the other thing I want to mention is there is a preload. People could be saying, is someone going to tell this guy there's no preload in the game? There is preload in this game. There's been preload in milestone games since MXGP1. MXGP1 had the very subtle... the preload in the game has never changed. It's like the same amount that milestone has always put in, I think. The only game I can think of that Milestone has made that wouldn't have a preload, I don't even know if in Ride Ride 2 with, oh, whoops, I kind of tried to send that, I guess. I wasn't trying, but whatever. I don't know if in Ride 2 with the Supermoto, maybe there's even a preload in that. I really don't know. I don't remember. But basically, Milestone, excuse me, Milestone has always had a very light, subtle preload. Not like MX versus ATV preload, but a very small, subtle one. So, yeah, sorry, but you're wrong. There is a preload. The only game I could think of that didn't have it was Mud. Mud didn't really have a preload. Oh, come on. Oh, that was almost perfect. Almost. It's really hard because that's a very steep landing, and I don't know, it's just kind of hard to make that section work out the way I would like to. And I'm letting off a little bit much there because otherwise I kept having trouble making this corner. Now, I really want to try and get this double. There we go. It's not hard. I mean, I threw a preload in there, but it's just, oh, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to make it. I said I was going to go for that quad, but it's not happening. It's just not happening. I'm sure that's got to be a triple with a wall. It has to be. So there you go. We did turn a 142, which isn't an awful lap time, but, you know, I don't know. Really good job. I think overall, let's go with the points that we really liked. It had a really good layout. It had some sections where you had to have throttle control. It had a little bit of line choice. It did have some difficult sections. The step-up double and that little double after this triple in front of us kind of I liked. There was a bunch of stuff that I really did enjoy. It just didn't have a really great... it didn't have any section that I felt like was really going to stick with me after I get done playing it. So we're going to give it like 2 stars. I don't take it to offense, man. I really think you did a good track here, and what matters is that you like it. It's not that I don't like it. It's just that we've done enough of these videos, and there's over 3,000 pages of tracks that I really want to see something that makes the track original. Now, I do, in your defense, I realize that the track maker is simplistic enough that there's only so much you can do, but don't feel like this is a bad review. You did a good job, and I would recommend people to go check this out. I think it's worth a download and to try and hit some of the sections that I couldn't hit, and let me know what your best lap times are. So 2 stars, good job, dude. Let's see if we can find another track. Okay, so here we have track number 2. This is called Motocross SD. It's what makes this one interesting is this is another suggestion by you guys. What makes this interesting, now I haven't, great, bike's all glitched out. Sometimes when you do that, it's weird. It's like you have no control over the bike. I don't know, and you kind of just have to let that happen, I guess. What makes this interesting to me, I have not checked the track out yet. So again, we're back to being totally blind, and I prefer it that way. I think it's just more fun. So far, the track's pretty darn good. What makes this track really interesting is he said this is his first one. He said this is his first track, so I'm guessing that he tried it out, and just kept messing around on it and recreating it until he was fully satisfied with how it went. And so far, the layout's really good. Everything's pretty interesting. I love how he put these here to force people to that outside line. Then you got a double here, another little double. Kind of had to slow up a little bit for it. Oh, I don't know if we're getting it now. I think we hit a tough block just a little bit. Case, but I think we'll be okay. We didn't crash. Got the whoops here. Oh, interesting. He really... Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, we are stuck. Wow, those whoops were insane. I think he did, like, instead of putting one right in front of each other, he skipped each spot. Interesting. I have seen that before, but... Whoa, that was a really tough section right there. We were so out of control. Nice job, man. I really enjoy that. I really enjoy really tough sections of whoops. I really do, because whoops should be tough. They should be really tough. They shouldn't be little itty-bitty bumps that don't even affect you, you know what I mean? Oh, this is kind of interesting. I think you would double over this while it's kind of curving, then have this other double. What's that? Wow, really interesting. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. It's like... It's kind of similar to the last one where I feel like it doesn't have, I don't know. I mean, a track doesn't have to have. I love the layout. I really like the layout he has. So far, I haven't run into anything that I feel like I'm shocked because I'd never seen it before. But I feel like he did everything really, 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 really good. The layout on the track is awesome. I like it. Usually, I kind of complain when I have empty sections like this and there's nothing happening, but it feels good. It feels like it. I don't know. It feels. Man, maybe you could triple. Excuse me. Maybe you could triple to that. We might try it. We might try giving that a full send. It just has a... I don't know. It has a really interesting feel to it. It's not... the layout is good. The layout, I just look at that first. I think the part of this track that really shines, it's number one. If I had to sell someone on checking out this track, it would be because he has a fantastic layout. The sections he has, the rhythm lanes and everything he has is really good. I love this. This makes that section 10 times more difficult just because he put those little half whoops there. I think that's the half whoop. So really well thought out. Yeah, no preload, just works about perfect. Now, where were those nasty whoops? Right here. Oh man, I'm like nervous. I'm thinking about it, trying to get through these, but I think all he did was space them out farther, which makes it more difficult. I like that. I think that might be my favorite section, is his spaced out whoops. I don't know, it's a little bit different. Usually people either put the small whoops, the medium whoops, or the big whoops, you know, like the jump, where people just use the small jump for the whoop. And I love that. I'm not complaining about that, but that's using the actual whoop, but just spacing them out makes them quite a bit more difficult. There you go. That's what he wants you to do. And then keep going. I mean, I like that section. It's a little bit different. We've seen stuff like that, but maybe on a different scaling, like they were using it to be a bigger double or a step-up double or whatever the case may be. So, I mean, he's doing things that we've seen, but just in a different fashion, I guess. And this part of the track, I really enjoy it. I think the reason that this part is really standing out to me here is because it feels like it fits the track. It doesn't feel like he just did this to add time to it. You know, sometimes I feel like when there's a lot of these weird sections, I feel like they do it just to add time, but it doesn't really feel like that's the case here. It feels like it fits the track. I don't know, it was really well done. Really, really well done. It's just a really solid track. The first two here, the first one is very similar. I think they're both similar, but yet different in their own right. Let's see, I'm trying to remember everything that's coming up. Oh man, that messed me up. See, I like that. It just kind of throws you off. Sometimes you're leaning back a little bit much and you're not getting quite the lift that you would hope you were getting. I guess we're doing another lap. I'm sure this is sub 2-minute lap times, but I'm not gonna get that. Not I. I want to get through these whoops better though. And that section with those little half whoops is really interesting too, to kind of control people from just shredding around that corner. Now I think this is the whoop section. So how would we get about this? Yeah, you can still turn into a whoop. So it's not exactly difficult as long as as long as you get out of that corner straight. It's not really that difficult of a section. But if you get out of that corner kind of sideways like we did early on that first lap, you're done. You're done. That is such a weird section. I love it. It's totally different. Alright, what's this? I don't have the track memorized yet either. It's a long enough track, around 2-minute lap times for me, that I'm not quite having it memorized to how I would like. Now, I do remember this coming up. So we're coming up into the section where it's just a bunch of corners, a bunch of sweepers. There's not really any jump obstacle or anything like that. Yeah, here we go. It's where it cuts back across the track a couple times. But like I said, it fits the track. It feels like it's supposed to be there. It feels like it's part of it. And it doesn't bother me. I mean, he couldn't have built too much here anyways because of how much it crosses the track. It's not like he could have put a bunch there. He could maybe put like a wall or something, but it's not like he could have done much. I wouldn't change anything. I honestly wouldn't change anything. Yeah, I don't think that's possible. Maybe it is. Maybe you could triple that. I don't feel like, I guess with the bike setup we have, I don't feel like that's possible. Oh, we did turn a sub 2-minute lap time. Awesome. So less than 2-minute lap times, but really good track, dude. I feel like awesome layout. Number one, best part about this track was your layout. The rhythm lanes and stuff were pretty good. I felt like nothing was too difficult. It didn't have like a really tough section, but being that it's his first track, you know, maybe he's getting used to the game and he just wanted it to be fun. This is a fun track. And again, all that matters is that you enjoy it. If you enjoy your track, your friends enjoy it, that's what matters. But definitely think that this is worth downloading and checking out. We're going to give this 1.5 stars. 1.5, well, I was going to go 1, but 1.5 stars. Really solid track. It just, nothing really, no, I'm not going to say that. The layout really jumped out at me, man. The layout of this track is like one of the best that I've seen. It's just, it was really awesome. And maybe I'm being blown away too easy because it's been so long that I haven't played on your guys' custom tracks, but really good job. 1.5 stars. Keep going with it, man. Keep going with your tracks. I'd love to play more, and Let us know in the comments. But let's jump on over and see if we can find ourselves that random track of the day. Okay, so here we have our final track of the day, our random track of the day called Mini Monster. This thing had a ton of downloads, okay? Like, a lot of downloads. And why is our screen all muddy and like caked full already? What is going on? I need to pull that tear off. So this, I haven't done a lap here yet. I probably should have because it looks like it's going to be a nightmare for me. But interestingly enough, it looks like it could be, well, I guess I don't know why I said interestingly enough. It had 32 downloads, I think, and it was on the first page. It was on, well, for me when I was recording this, it was on the first page, and it had 32 downloads already. So the picture that it comes with implies that this is going to be insane. Like, there's a lot going on here. A lot. I don't really know what else to say. Our screen is so muddy right now. Like, sometimes when we play, the screen gets way more muddy. What a weird, interesting track. It's got, I don't really know. It has a flow to it. It's not like it's just awful. It just has, I don't know. Though he crammed so much into this track. You know, speaking of cramming a bunch of stuff into a track, I would be curious to see what the longest track in the game is. Okay? Who can make the longest track? A 5-minute lap time, huh? That's a challenge. Anybody got a 5-minute lap time track? I would love to check it out. But it has to have some flow. It can't just be junk. It just can't be, you know, I don't know, trying to put a bunch of the over-unders together like we saw in that one video where it just slows you down. It has to still have some kind of a flow to it. Okay, we can't send that. Cannot send that. I feel like this is going to be pretty wicked long lap times too. I don't see, it might only be one lap time. Maybe this is the one. Maybe this is my 5-minute lap time track. It is good. It's really not that bad though. It's so interesting. Mini Monster. Always fun to play these tracks that are, I don't know if they have like super difficult sections, but it does take a certain amount of creativity to be able to, whoa. Oh man, that's so, the way he built that, the landing is practically underneath of that. That was so cool. We've seen that before, but I'm still gonna say that's original because of how he built that. Huge quad. That's probably the fastest section on the track, and we're still going. Oh my gosh, we're still going. I thought we had, oh, here's the finish. Okay. So it looks like we're gonna be pushing, well, I mean, under 2.5-minute lap times, but for me, maybe 2.5-minute lap times. So we're probably only gonna get one more. I really like this, guys. I really like it. He got a lot of track into what looks like, I don't know if this is the small Diamond Stadium or if it's the large one. Right offhand, it kind of looks like it's the indoor one for sure. So it looks like, because the roof is enclosed, it looks like it might be the small indoor stadium. If it's the large one, let me know, but I don't think it is. So he got a 2.5-minute lap time. You know, it's called Mini Monster, which would imply that maybe he has a large monster, the big monster track. Maybe he has something else. We might have to take a look into that because I'd be curious if this is a great track. This is a really good track. It's always fun to see something laid out really well. Looks like you could kind of double off that one. See something laid out really well but crammed. I mean, this feels kind of crammed, but it doesn't feel bad. It feels like, I don't really know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it, but man, this works. The best part is probably his layout. The layout of being able to design all of this to fit into this tiny arena is pretty insane, and it had to take some time. It had to take some time to know if these sections were even gonna work, because it's not like I said, if you're gonna make a long track, it's not as if he just did what he could to put as much in there as possible. It has a rhyme and reason to it. It has a flow to it. It fits. And one of the best parts, okay, so we didn't want to send this. One of the best parts is the jumping over the over-under like that, where he had that landing practically underneath of it. Was so cool. It was an original take on something we've already seen. Really solid job. I think this lap time is actually going to be worse because I don't know, we're having a bad lap here, but I really want to get back to that section. It was so cool. I want to hit that again because it looks like you're going to flatland. Actually, it looks like you're not even going to get over it, but you just barely do. He had it set up perfect to where you barely get over this. And it's just right there. Oh, we actually got over it easier that time, but it's just right there. What a What a great idea, man. What a seriously really good idea. I think we did, I know one of our Does Your Track Suck videos, we played a track that's very similar to this where it was laid out in this small diamond stadium, but it had a lot of different lines, and it was quite a long track, like 2.5 minutes. It looks like 2.5 minutes is about all you can squeeze out of the smaller stadiums like this. So 2.5 minutes, we're gonna call that good on that. That was a 5-minute showcase. Really good track. Mini Monster, definitely worth a download. We're gonna give this 1 star. I probably could be less, but the fact of knowing that someone took the time to squeeze a 2.5 minute, well, I mean, it's less than 2.5, but for me, a 2.5 minute lap time into this tiny little stadium, keep the originality, have a good flow, have a good layout. It's not just junk. It's not like they just tried to pack it in there. They really made a good layout for a small stadium and had a really long lap time. So 1 star, really good job. All the tracks today were really good. We didn't really find anything that really sucked or whatever. So hopefully next time, if you guys want to keep seeing it, hopefully next time we can find something that's a little bit more sucky just to change up the not always having good tracks, you know what I mean? So if you want to see more, make sure to leave a like. Let me know in the comments. Make sure to leave your track. I am on PS4. Leave your track and your PSN so that I know which track is yours. I will try to find it. If I haven't gotten to it, don't freak out. I promise I'm not ignoring you. I'm trying my best to get to as many as I can. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. And until the next video, take it easy.